Is the Spirit Bomb done yet? Alright guys, it's finally happened. Freaking episode 109 and 110 of Dragon Ball Super. Finally! I've been waiting ages for this. And the hype. This fight is the anime equivalent of freaking Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather. As in, we all know who's really going to win. But we still kind of expected an upset. And obviously the episode has to start off with what is quite possibly the most annoying character in Dragon Ball Super at this point. Ribrianne, still, it boggles the mind how much I hate this character. I get it, you know. Toriyama is just trying to reinforce the fact that power levels are bullshit, and if you have enough love, you can freaking match up against Goku. Whatever the heck this love energy is supposed to be. Which we all know, if Goku did have any of that love energy, it'd probably be about food and not about Chi-Chi. I think it's fair to say that Ribrianne is possibly one of the worst characters for me because, one, it's a characterization of the whole power levels are supposed to be bullshit thing, which to me just feels like Toriyama's lazy, discontinuous writing. Sometimes your power levels are here, sometimes they're here, and sometimes if your skin is as tough as iron, you can prevent a universe buster. Come on. I actually do have a theory that I'm going to be putting out on that later on. So we finally had the fight. Ribrianne is kicked the Heifel out where she's supposed to be. Okay, I had to edit this really quickly. I almost forgot to mention. Check this shit out.
愛の勝利ね。リブリアン！
Do you hear her? First off, it was great just to see Ribrianne get kicked the freaking Heifel out. But then we had the sound of her titties slapping on the floor. Thank you, Toei Animation! Thank you! That's all I wanted! That's all I want her out. I want her out. But back to the video. Although I am still so livid that she's not out yet. I get it. Apparently, this is only halfway for the entire freaking tournament. This entire lead up. Jiren vs. Goku. The title match of the entire tournament is only halfway through. I guess we are freaking... I mean, hopefully they'll pick up a minute in tournament time won't mean an entire episode. But we'll have to wait and see. And of course we get some foreshadowing with Ribrianne getting love energy from her two comrades in Universe 2. Leading to a similar effect with the Spirit Bomb, which I don't get. Why does every other universe have to use a similar version of that move before the Z Fighters are allowed to use their own? Is that supposed to be some kind of hype leading up to the Z Warriors using their moves? It kind of took the fun out of it when Piccolo finally got his chance. It's like, yeah, awesome! But still, I'm happy we finally got the Spirit Bomb. Now, this got really interesting because this became... like Kuroko's Basketball, Inazuma 11. This became this exaggerated, super anime-powered version of a sport basically invented for the movie Top Gun. And then Goku disappears. Now, we instantly know he's not dead. This is Dragon Ball Z, and Goku is the main character. But, one thing I'm still wondering is where did he go? I loved the fact that the Spirit Bomb became condensed and basically became this black hole of sorts. And I thought it was so fucking funny because when I'm watching this episode, I'm thinking, holy crap, they're throwing in some bullshit black hole feat. And don't get me wrong, I love Goku just as much as anyone. But it seemed like they were answering some fan's request of show Goku surviving a black hole just to say, oh, well, now he can take on Saitama and Superman and start this episode, trust me, will start those debates all over again. And I know everyone is looking forward to that. But seriously. Now, Ultra Instinct is the only name that we've been given so far for this new transformation, aside from Limit Breaker. Ultra Instinct does seem to refer to what we said earlier in episode 18, when he mentions that Goku and Vegeta needed to learn about fighting without thinking, allowing their body parts to move without even having to consciously process it, allowing them to be much faster. That still doesn't really explain the power increase, aside from the fact that Goku did kind of absorb the energy of the Spirit Bomb. Even so, like this, the energy he got, we know he didn't get any God Ki, not even from Vegeta. So to say that the key is what did it, not so sure, but it is really interesting to see this new form in action, and it looked awesome. Still didn't quite get as much out of Jiren as I thought. It felt like once it wore off, that's when it finally had almost pushed Jiren. We saw his aura. We saw his freaking aura all around him. He was geared up, and then Goku ran out of energy. But it's really interesting to see, and obviously we know between Zenkai and freaking Goku's natural ability to absorb power he's learned how to use before, it's basically a guaranteed thing that we're going to see this form before the end of the tournament. I'd also like to point out that the Grand Priest seems to find this really interesting, which could mean a lot of trouble for Universe 7. In fact, all the universes. As we know, one of the popular theories out right about now is that when the tournament ends, it's going to be the Grand Priest who turns out to be the main villain of the series. Remember, Jiren's not a bad guy. He's just fighting for his universe like everyone else. Frieza could potentially be a minor villain by the end of it. He may be the one to fight off Goku. Remember, Frieza doesn't seem concerned at all. He even gave his energy for the Spirit Bomb, and he even seems unfazed by Goku's new transformation, as does Vegeta. But we know that Vegeta might just be trying to play it cool, because he comes right over to Goku just to learn how he did it, which Goku can't really explain, but we know he'll get it by the end of the episode. So, that was a mouthful. With Goku losing this energy, you could either argue that it's not really the energy from the Spirit Bomb that was just a catalyst for him breaking his limit. Alternatively, we've seen him gain new transformations and then lose the energy, and then just rediscover it or learn to reapply it almost instantly. Super Saiyan God, all new transformations with incredible heights of power that after a while Goku's like, oh, I lost it. Hang on. Tingle in the back. Kitty. One thing I didn't really like was how underemphasized Jiren's responses were. I get it. He's not a very emoting kind of guy. But it was great to see the little parts of him, almost smiling and being shocked, the O-face, that we got to see in the episode. So, what I would have liked, though, is just one scene when Goku comes out, Limit Breaker form, and goes in, punches Jiren for the first time, and we just have just one moment of Jiren getting hit, turning around, back to Goku, then back to him, and then just seeing blood. And then just being shocked at that. That would have, or even just a scuff like he did, but play it out more. It would have been awesome to just have that moment of, holy crap, he hurt Jiren. They're almost on the same level now. And with Goku improving a lot like Hit did, it's going to be a matter of time before Goku overcomes Jiren and probably has to take on the Grand Priest solo. And with the Grand Priest, of course, we have yet another sinister grin. Speaking of Hit, now we get to see Hit versus Jiren, which was also teased early on. That being said, I don't really expect that much from it. I think it's just going to reaffirm just how powerful Jiren is, but now that Goku's almost beaten Jiren, I think we'll find that Goku almost beating Jiren, we'll see a lot of other characters get a Toriyama handjob right up to just under Jiren's level, or at least close enough with Hit and Vegeta that we're going to be able to see them go toe-to-toe against Jiren at least for a little bit. Just enough to hold him off until Goku recovers fully and is able to go Limit Breaker again. I think it'll be maybe 2-4 episodes tops before Goku gets back in the ring, and maybe even 5 or 6 before he reveals Limit Breaker again. Now that brings us to an interesting part. Is Vegeta going to get his moment? My man needs his time to shine. Come on! Now, it's been stated that Toriyama does not like Vegeta as a character. He kept him in purely because of being so popular. That being said, he's popular for a reason. Lots of people love Vegeta. I get it. He can be arrogant, etc., etc., a lot like Goku. We've had Piccolo have his moment, sort of watered down, just like with Krillin, Gohan, even Tien. Master Roshi got a really deep send-off, except I would have liked to see him die. At least, like, it's Dragon Ball Z. He wouldn't have been erased or stopped completely. But just have him die out of exertion. That would bring up the stakes of the Tournament of Power immensely. Imagine knowing that if you overexerted yourself, you could die and it wouldn't be against the rules. That would be insane. That would make this tournament even more tense. And it would have made the emotional aspect of losing Roshi carry on beyond just that episode of the tournament. That being said, I really do hope that Vegeta gets his moment. I want to see him take on at least Hit and show off just why he's the Prince of Saiyans. This guy needs his time to shine. But all in all, an awesome episode. A little overhyped, basically like Mayweather versus McGregor, but it's still enjoyable to watch, even if it did have a kind of predictable outcome. So, please like, share, and subscribe. And next time on Dragon Ball Z, will Vegeta get his moment? Can Goku get back on his feet? Will we see Jiren's O-Face again? Tune in next time on Dragon Ball Z. It was at this point that she knew she fucked up.